Frequency forecast from Lee for March 2026. The vibrations of this month are guiding us toward a point of no return. What is beginning to sprout will be anchored at the spring equinox on March 20th. From that moment, it will firmly enter our lives as new realities. The course of events is steadily moving not merely toward change, but toward the establishment of change as the foundational reality. Meanwhile, the former world will begin to be recognized as the one that has passed. In a sense, March becomes the arena for the final battle, where the energies of separation pour forth their last forces. By analogy with personal integration of beliefs, the collective is now undergoing the integration of its fundamental belief in limitation and separation. Society is being called to leave behind the idea of victory over evil and to understand the situation from a higher vantage point. Namely, there is a growing realization that people have been giving their attention to maintaining a state of hostility toward one another that is entirely foreign to their true nature. No one is anyone's enemy for a simple reason that each person creates 100% of their own reality. Yet implanted ideas that someone else could take away one's creative power have led to a belief in the necessity of self-isolation. This idea gave rise to the need to support authority, which in turn used isolation to strengthen its hold. Subsequently, authority introduced cascading restrictions on daily life, justified by the supposed need for protection from the outside world. And so society is returning to an awareness of the absurdity of such cycle. People are beginning to claim their natural right to personally focus their attention on what they themselves desire. In March, a passageway emerges for collective realization of this truth. That is why the energies of separation are especially active during this period. They have been brought into the light of consciousness and are visible. They have nowhere to hide from the direct illumination. The obviousness of their falsehood becomes clear. Understand that the power of these energies exists only because they draw attention to themselves. Their method is to provoke fear of the unknown in order to lower the collective frequency. And a lowered frequency will not allow the process of integration of the collective belief in separation. Some understand this mechanism and are already shaping news agenda with ideas designed to instill fear. These messages will flood the global informational space. But those who remain on the wave of uplift and are awakening to the awareness that everything is created by my attention will be flawlessly guided to the point of no return. From that moment on, knowledge of personal power becomes the primary space of creation. This is no longer a hypothetical possibility in the spirit of maybe this way, maybe that way, but becomes the foundational basis of daily thinking. From that point on, you will only be surprised why someone would not wish to make such a choice. And here, your experience with personal integration will be invaluable. You will recognize events that reflect the old paradigm, emerging like shadows from the past. But these shadows will no longer define your experience, unless, of course, you dive headfirst into those frequencies, giving in to the inertia of old patterns. March generates waves of rise and fall in collective processes, mirroring the patterns of your personal experiences. Recognizing these analogies will ease your navigation through the flow of information. Moreover, the more clearly you perceive the parallels between your personal path and the movement of the collective, the easier it will become to reclaim your power, not as something taken, but as something once voluntarily surrendered. No specific actions are needed to achieve this. Simply shift your focus to your own desires rather than focusing on the importance of someone else's ideas. If you have not done this before, you may be amazed at the simplicity of it. If you are already experienced in directing attention toward joyful creation, a new experience awaits, one of witnessing entirely new unfoldings. The world will begin to reflect what it could not reflect before. Here, it's important not to expect familiar or habitual reflections. Doing so may cause disorientation. Expect the unfamiliar, the unusual, the unpredictable, and even the illogical. What was once called a miracle is now becoming part of ordinary reality for us.